Hi, I'm Keith. Welcome to my art studio, where today I painted this velociraptor looking dinosaur dragon thing. And I have a video coming up where I show you exactly how I paint this step by step. So if you can give me some comments, maybe give me a follow, I would appreciate it. And please subscribe. Yes, please subscribe. I could use about 30,000 more. Right now I have just over 300 and I've been doing this for over 3 years. So if you see my page before, and I hope you have, I do a lot of these dinosaur / dragon type monsters. It's kind of a crutch for me. I've been doing them for years and years and years, and I kind of have it down how to do them. So today I decided to make 2 videos. Actually, I decided to make 3 videos, but it's taking longer than I thought. So if I make a third, I don't know what it'll be. But this one here, I'm starting off with my 2B pencil, doing my sketch. Then I pick up my 8B as in boy thick pencil and I start filling in the edges. This is a kind of a key point because this is where I get the overall look of the picture before I start going in and putting in all my texture. And this artwork is all about texture. And you'll see coming up how I do it. I tried to do something different with this picture. The last one I did was actually pretty good. Actually, the last 2 I did were pretty good. This one's fairly good. It's up there, top 3. So I decided to put, this is kind of stupid, but I decided to put the gums in on this thing. I wanted to see him kind of a growl like a dog does. So later on I kind of fill that in with some pink or light red, or you'll see it. So I'm now putting in my contour lines. And the contour lines start with a wide basic, and they get more and more and more narrow and detailed. What I'm doing right now is just giving me a kind of a sense of the form of the object, the round edges. So later when I go to put the scales in, they look more natural. So this is a technique I've kind of been doing for years and years and years. And I do some cross hatching and some shading with the pencil. The point of this is I want the pencil lines to come through under the glazing of the watercolors and ink wash I do later. The last painting I did, I kind of ruined it because I went overboard and I put too much paint and you could no longer see the scales. So this one I was bound to determine I wasn't going to do that. So here I am putting in my scales. I'm following my contour lines as I go around my little dino dragon velociraptor thing here. Now I don't know what this is actually. I found an image off of the Google machine of a dinosaur and I kind of use that. It's off to the side, you can't see it. But it's kind of my reference, and I didn't use it a whole lot. I used it for a starting point, but then I just kind of said whatever, and I just started making my own thing. I like to be creative. I like to do my own thing. I don't like to copy things too much. I'm not a big fan of hyper-realistic art because I just don't think it is art. I think it's a lot of good skill, but I think art has to have a person's personality in it. It has to have what you want to be in it. It has to be a combination of your influences in it. Right now I'm darkening the outside edges. I do that because I'm a big fan of comic book art. Now I don't follow any comic books. Oh, right here I'm starting my ink wash. But I do appreciate comic book style artwork. I've seen Mad Magazine. I've had it for years. I kind of learned how to do ink washes and how to do my drawing from watching that before I ever went to art school. And let's talk about art school. All the years I was in high school, I was in art, and my teacher wanted me to go to the Kansas City Art Institute. Now I toured the building, the facility, and it looked like a place that would cost a lot of money. And it did. And there's no way I could afford it, and I really didn't want to go there, so I didn't even apply. But a few years later, I did apply at the University of Nebraska at Kearney, where I did take art classes with kind of the intention of being an art teacher. It wasn't my plan at first, but towards the end it was. Until I started taking teaching classes and realized I did not want to be a teacher because I didn't want to have to be chasing kids around the classroom. That was just not what I was into. And it reminded me so much when I was in art class how horrible the students acted and how much time this teacher spent disciplining children. So it wasn't even really an art class. It was a disciplinary class, like another study hall. But I did end up going to the university, and I took 3.5, 4 years of art training where I learned a lot about painting and about design and all kinds of stuff. And I did not finish. Long story short, I knew it wasn't going to pan out. So I eventually went to nursing school and I've been a registered nurse now for 23 years. And one thing I do know is it's easier to find a job as a nurse than it is as an art teacher. And plus I'm sure it probably pays better too. I don't know what teaching pays these days, but I keep hearing it's pretty bad. So my teaching now is basically my YouTube channel. And, thank goodness I paid off all those student loans so I could start a YouTube channel where I don't make any money. So if you want to buy this from me, that'd be awesome. I would sell it to you. I have PayPal. My wife has the Venmo. And I will tear this out of this book, and I might even frame it for you and mail it to you. Just make me an offer. You go through my other videos. I have a bunch of these artworks still here. I gave a bunch of them away, but I still have a lot of them here. And if you want to buy them, just make me an offer, and we'll see what we can do. I did have a couple of these hang up in a gallery in Lincoln, Nebraska for a short time. I think they were up there for like 18 months. And I realized quickly, pardon me, that my artwork is not the kind of things you see in most art galleries. And it kind of stood out like a sore thumb. Most of the art gallery stuff I saw, you see a lot of abstract work, a lot of landscapes and whatnot. And I do some landscapes. Of course, my landscapes are always behind my monsters, but I never seen anybody else do what I do. I'm the only person I know who does what I do. So my artwork hung there, and I paid a fee. So I don't know if it's a real gallery. If you have to pay a fee, is it a real gallery or is it just pay for space? Anyway, I got no takers on it. And I was even featured for a whole month. And I had like eight paintings up there. And I got no hits on any of them. So I quit the gallery, brought my artwork home, and now I just sits in this room where I'm doing my voiceover. And I just do my artwork on YouTube now. So these are kind of like tutorials, kind of not. I don't know if I'm teaching anybody anything here. I personally just like watching people do this kind of stuff. If you learn something from this, that's fantastic. I hope you do learn something from this. I mean, I learned a lot from Bob Ross, and Bob Ross was awesome. And anybody who makes fun of him is nuts because he taught a lot of really good techniques. And when I was a kid growing up, that's all there was. So here I am. I've been glazing over my little dino monster. I've been putting the highlights on. Highlights, highlights, highlights. The highlights come at the end, and this is what makes your picture pop. Pop, pop, pop. You have to have the right highlights. And I use this little technique of putting little dots because my dots are also more scales. But I'm trying not to cover up my other scales. I want those to shine through, or at least show through my glazing. So this picture overall, it's not too bad. I thought at first maybe the brown was too dark, but I think I can live with this. I'm cool because now I can put all these other dots. I mix a little bit of white with the umber so I can get a light umber and give it some scales and give it some more texture. And this I guess you could say this painting was a study in texture and design. Texture and design. And, I kind of wish my artwork could go somewhere and do something, do some book covers, maybe be in some museums. I don't know. There's a million and one of us out there, artists out there, and we're all trying to do the exact same thing and get the same kind of credit and get notarized, and it's hard. Even on Facebook with all the artists I see, it's hard to get anybody out there, to get any name. I mean, back in the old days, how did they do it? Well, there was not an internet, so if somebody was famous, you got put in a magazine and everybody knew about you. Nowadays, there's so many of us out there doing this that it's almost too much competition. So I don't know how you're supposed to, compete with other artists to get known unless, you're out there getting known for something else, and I hate to know what that would be. Are you going to be a criminal, and then he's a criminal, so let's look at his art. No, it's not good. That's not a good reason to be famous. It should be for your skill. But I've seen an awful lot, and I mean an awful lot of really super skilled artists on YouTube and on Facebook, and it's which is good. It means people care about art. They should care about art. They should not care about AI because AI sucks. I hate AI, and AI is worthless. Now, we're getting towards the end of here, so if you give me a subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I need far more subscribers, and I would appreciate it if you would just give me a subscribe, follow, share this, and give me a chance to get out there and get known, because I think people should see my monsters and my dinosaurs and my velociraptors because it's awesome. So right now I'm signing my name, and thank you for being here.